Good morning. All right, so this is where we are right now on ES. Yesterday we just spent the whole day balancing here, couldn't fill the gap, couldn't test lower, and put a lot of volume here. There was a lot of order flow, big size, and today overnight we tested below the high from the low from Monday, and we found buyers. Now we have a double bottom here, and now we traded through the whole value area from yesterday. So what there is to do today is to look for, if you look at how this profile is shaped, it's looking like it wants to fill the gap. So we have to see if this gap gets filled today, or if we reject value from yesterday and then we start drifting lower again to retest these lows. But so far it's looking a little bullish. It's looking like it wants to go fill that gap. So as long as we hold above yesterday's value area high, which is right here at 16, I would expect us to retest this high and attempt to fill the gap. At the gap fill, we could find some sellers, but this was a pretty strong buying tail, right? Like after we tested here, this is a lot of bullish order flow. So I think that we're gonna have some sellers trying to take profits here, and some sellers are attempting to short here. But if we are able to hold inside the range and hold inside value from Wednesday, then I would expect us to sweep through value and then retest value area high from Wednesday, which is at 67.84, which is the scenario that I was talking about yesterday, right? But didn't happen, but I'm still looking for that. And then from there, we have that high volume node right below 90, and we have some resistance here at the quarterly pivot at 68.10. There's a lot of news still from the Middle East, and we also have jolts at 10 a.m. We have University of Michigan at 10 a.m. So still volatility is high, so we gotta be careful. Moves can happen very quick, as we just saw just now. We had a nice pullback, very quick. Let's see what else. So we have NQ that has a very similar structure. That low from the overnight didn't get as low as the one on ES, but we did test that 200 moving average and then found buyers. The gap is still also unfilled, but we still that high from yesterday was way up there in comparison to value, right? So NQ has to push a little harder to fill that gap. There was some news this morning about the strait being open and ships passing through, so oil moved down. So oil is pretty much moving opposite of ES lately. So keep an eye on oil. If you see oil coming down, that's bullish for the indices. If you see oil rallying, that's probably bearish for the indices. So keep that on your radar. Gold also had a down day yesterday, but the 200, 51.80, 51.90 keeps being a magnet. So I think that any attempt to break below the fails is gonna come back into that area. Silver also attempted to moved lower, and then it's back now to that above 84. So 87.5 is still also a magnet. So, but so far it's building some nice distribution, kind of like gold right here. So it's accepting higher value, higher prices. End of the week. So if you had a nice week, don't give up your profits today. Make sure you protect your profits. Take it easy. And remember, the volatility is still very high. And also, we're getting rolled over. We're rolling over to the new contract next week. So today is there's 7 days left on the ES contract, so most platforms are gonna switch to the next contract on Monday. Some switch on Tuesday. It depends on the platform, so could get confusing next week, could get choppy, as traders are forced to roll over to the next contract when this one expires. All right, good luck, and have a good weekend.